Doug, because there were so many questions from parents about this case and specifically for Paul Rocky, we wanted to make sure once his hearing was over this afternoon, he would not leave without hearing those questions directly. Mr. Rocky, how do you defend yourself against these claims? Not a single word from Paul Rocky moments after entering a not guilty plea in Floyd County Court.
You don't think he owes anything to the parents?
We don't have any comment, thank you.
And no answers for parents of students at Scribner Middle School, where Rocky was vice principal. The felony court case follows a digital trail of computers, pictures, and a camera found in a locker inside the boys' gym room at Scribner. It was last November when a student told his mother he found that camera and then reported it to two staff members. One was a gym teacher, the other was Paul Rocky.
Right now, we do not have any idea how long we think that the camera had been there. Obviously, that's something that throughout the continuing investigation we'll be able to find out.
Indiana State Police took over the case for New Albany PD and searched two school-owned laptops and an iPad, all assigned to Rocky. On one of the laptops, according to court records, thumbnail images, including a picture of a male student in the locker room. The student's knee, upper leg, and partial buttocks were visible as that student was either dressing or undressing. We
feel like that we have all the images that were taken inside of the locker room, and at this point, none of those images rose to the level of child pornography. However, it's totally unacceptable, you know what I'm saying, to be placing a camera in a locker room, among other places, but especially a locker room where people dress and undress.
Investigators found 5 pictures of students in all, and the only adult male visible in the pictures, one detective writes, was identified as Paul Rocky. Investigators would go on to search Rocky's office, and on a hard drive, they reported finding the same thumbnail photos that were found on the laptop, none of which Rocky had an answer for. What does your silence say?
Gentlemen, ladies, Mr. Rocky doesn't have any comment right now. We thank you.
And Sergeant Gooden is hoping the investigation will reveal exactly how long that camera was there, but not having that answer has a lot of parents uneasy about sending their kids to school. But Sergeant Gooden told us this afternoon, he said he understands parents are upset about what is alleged to have happened here, but he says school is the safest place for them to be. We're live in New Albany tonight. I'm Derrick Rose, WHAS 11 News. All right. That student you're talking about is Aaron Spalding, and yes, he supports campus carry legislation, but he was quick to criticize the university's description of what he had planned for tomorrow, and he says the school blew everything out of proportion. It's the email getting a lot of attention on and around the U of L campus. School officials warning students of a march bordering campus on Wednesday. The folks marching, according to the alert, several open carry advocates who may be carrying a variety of firearms, including long rifles, pistols, and replicas of rifles. When Aaron Spalding got the alert, he could only shake his head.
I was a bit, I'll be honest, I was a bit mad at first.
He's the student who informed the university of what was supposed to happen. He tells me it's not a march, and it was only himself and possibly 2 other people collecting signatures about campus carry legislation. And he calls the school's description of his plan misleading.
You know, we're out here advocating for licensed individuals who have gone through the training to be able to defend themselves should they choose to do so. A lot of people have a misconstrue of what we're out doing. They think that we're out here advocating for, you know, an AR-15 in every classroom, or we're some sort of militia group out just carrying guns just to show that, hey, I have the right to carry a gun and you can't say anything about it.
A school spokesperson told me in an email nothing was blown out of proportion, adding, we have an obligation to tell our students there might be a group, even if it is a very small group, of armed individuals walking the perimeter of our campus.
Do you think the university overreacted?
I do. The Dean of Students office has already contacted me in another email apologizing for their wording and saying they will do better in the future to put out exactly what's going on. That way it doesn't cause a scare.
And I had a conversation with an LMPD spokesperson earlier this afternoon. He tells me the department has no plans to have a physical presence here around campus because of that email, because he says Aaron Spalding and his friends are well within their right to do what they have planned. Live tonight on U of L's campus, I'm Derrick Rose, WHAS 11 News.
Tonight, the WHAS 11 News I-Team is uncovering new evidence against the man who police say caused a deadly crash in January at a popular food truck location. Video shows the suspect confused about what happened at the time, and police say that's because of what was in his system at the time of that crash. Our Derrick Rose has more on the investigation tonight.
Right through this door?
Inside Metro Jail, a perspective we don't often get to see. A DUI suspect moments away from the test to determine if any alcohol or drugs are in their system. The suspect you see here, Chad Erdley, in a case that made headlines early this year.
I just heard the loud boom. and I saw a car run straight into the taco stand.
And they slammed into a car and then hit 2 or 3 other vehicles and people that were out here.
According to police and witnesses, Erdley lost control of his car on 3rd Street Road, hit a parked SUV, then 9 people, before slamming into a food truck. The first 2 people hit died at the scene. Police estimated Erdley's car to be going between 80 and 84 miles an hour. But Erdley, according to the video we've obtained, claimed to have no idea why he was in jail.
What did I do?
You got a DUI.
A DUI?
Yes.
How?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I didn't know what I was brought in there for.
It was a DUI is what they brought you in here for.
On what, like alcohol, drugs, what?
Yeah, whatever the case may be.
Grimacing with pain, Erdley even appears to not realize a crash had even happened.
Did you hit me?
So it's what? No. Okay, then I
Oh,
have
that's
to
tell one fella, yeah, got smashed.
Okay, then I
You're a
walked
car
myself
accident.
because I was down to a friend
What's
that
wrong with a car accident?
You would tell a grown man that I can't drink. You want me to be the
Where did I wreck at?
I don't know. I
I'll do
wasn't
what
there.
y'all asked
See, I didn't wreck nowhere. I pulled in this, Chase.
Jeez.
According to his arrest report, Erdley at some point admitted to drinking and smoking marijuana, but that admission is not included in the files we obtained. But there is body camera video that has not been released. What is now public, Erdley's blood alcohol level was .04, which is under the legal limit. But court-ordered blood tests show marijuana in Erdley's system, as well as Xanax and hydrocodone.
A group of Louisville residents determined to defy stereotypes in the city's West End. The group's signature goal is overcoming obstacles with a special way of going head-to-head. WHAS 11's Derrick Rose introduces us to the West Louisville team making all the right moves.
Obstacles are downright annoying. They get in our way, they slow us down, and they come in many forms, like the one you'll find west of 9th Street. It's called perception, and it's not always positive.
A lot of people have a negative view of Louisville being violent. It's not true for all of Louisville.
Certainly not true near 15th and Broadway, where there's plenty of learning about obstacles.
Always pay attention.
And making the right move.
I told you from the beginning.
Around them.
Pay attention to your opponent. Checkmate.
Meet the West Louisville Chess Club.
Oh, okay.
Where, yes, chess
Did the unexpected.
is the avenue for veterans and beginners alike.
Ooh.
To learn a lot about themselves.
Do you think we should move our night up there?
And about life.
You have to plan ahead, and you also have to plan for certain obstacles that come. And in life, you have to do the same thing.
Wise words from Haley. She learned the game a few years ago, and her first lesson came from the man watching close by. His name is Robert Mize, but to Haley, he's Grandpa.
He was a grandfather and a teacher at the same time.
And to him, she's a quick learner.
My daughter dropped her off one day, and I think she sat there and she beat me 3 straight games. And I could not figure out how she done that. But she came in my house, so I called my daughter, come and get her. Enough is enough.
I was happy. It was like beating your teacher and your grandfather, so it was like I get to gloat to my grandfather, but I know my teacher's proud as well.
It seems those lessons are sticking. The proof is in how Haley pays it forward.
Not only do I get to play
as middle school team captain,
I get to help other people who don't know how to play. Living in the West End, you don't get as many opportunities to play chess. You're automatically like stereotyped. So coming down here to play is helping this community.
And they're all helping one another, regardless of experience, regardless of age.
The night? You can jump over pieces, and it moves in an L shape.
Most of our youth nowadays spend their time playing video games. This is something that you can actually put your hands on, make moves and make decisions.
That won't give us advantage, but that's not a bad move.
I say it's better.
So yes, chess is but one small piece moving West Louisville into perfect position. Derrick Rose.
That's what it comes down to, making the right decision.
WHAS 11 News.
Checkmate.
Biggest game.